For the next step, you need two people. One of you will hold the kite up, the other one will go in the harness and will try to launch it. No, move right, move left, launch. You only show this when you're totally sure that everything is fine. Your lines are not twisted. When you want to land the kite, you always go this. Now, there are people on the beach who don't know how to catch the kite. So unless the person replies by this, that means that they don't really know what they're doing, okay? So you gotta wait for somebody else, so you have to know how to do self-landing. So this is I want to land, this is I'm ready to launch, this is move left, this is move right. You see there are two flaps, okay? 1, 2, and then 3 on top. And then you put this one, and you put it here. And wow, somebody was a little fatter than me before, so I have to make it a little smaller. But that's all self-explanatory. You don't have to worry about it. But now, the important thing is this thing. This is the secondary safety line. If you don't have it, don't worry. If you're a beginner, I'm telling you, do not attach the secondary safety when you go first time. Just make sure you attach the primary safety, and make sure there is nobody downwind from you. So, if I'm standing here, I gotta make sure there is nobody downwind from me, and then don't attach the secondary safety, because the secondary safety, if something goes wrong, it doesn't release automatically and you'll get dragged. Make sure your hook, it's tight, because if it's not tight, the harness is going to slide all the way up and it's going to be a pain in the ass. You're going to break your back and you don't want that. So you tighten it. The kite is like this. You pick it up, you walk down a little bit, and then you hold it like this. Come and hold it for me. This is called the chicken loop. So you put it on your hook, and then this loop thing goes through it like this. And now it's attached. Now, the important thing is you have a safety release here. It's the red bar. You should practice pulling it a few times. It's very important. When something goes wrong, you gotta pull the red thing and the kite will fly away. If you look at here how the system works, it's very simple. There is this little metal bar. When I pull it, it comes off, and then the safety releases, and the kite detaches, right, and flies away. I'm going to show you how the bar works. It's going to be a little bit crazy launching on your own. Much easier if you have two harnesses, somebody launches it for you, and then you practice with them. But if there is just one harness and one person, you got to do it yourself, and it's going to be difficult. However, the bar works like this: minimum power, maximum power, right, left. So normally you keep it in the middle, not in the minimum power, not in the maximum power. You keep it in the middle and just turn it left and right, left and right. If you feel it starts pulling you too much, you gotta push forward. Practice that thing, think about it. Flying, 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 suddenly the wind increases, you start flying, you go push forward. You don't pull and hold on to it as much as you can. You gotta push forward. You can even let go of the bar and it pushes forward automatically if you're in trouble. Now, you let go of the bar and you're still like flying in the air or something like that. You gotta pull the red bar. Now we have Marla launching me. You don't want to make the other person launch the kite first. You want them to hold it, and you want to make sure that you can control the kite. Okay, so when you're at the correct spot, you'll see that the kite flies just above the ground. It's very simple. You pull with one arm, you move it left. You move with the other arm, you move it right. When you're at the right spot, you can do it. The other big important thing is the bar. If you pull the bar towards you, there's more power. Push it forward, it's less power. The problem is when you launch and you have a bow kite, if you pull it too much towards you, the kite is going to fall on its back. If you push it too much away from you, you see the kite is going to fall on its leading edge. You have to do two things at the same time. You have to deal with the power, and you have to deal with the left and right movement. Now, what you want to do is you want to have the other person holding the kite as high as possible, but still holding it so you can fly it for a little while. You can make sure you can keep it in the same spot. Let go! Yeah! That's fine. That's fine. Yeah. Okay, so you gotta be able to hold it there. The kite. You see, it's not that easy. You want to be able to hold it there and not let it fly away. Now if you see it starts to power too much, you just turn it down and drop it back on the ground. Now, if you pull the kite too much towards you, if you pull the bar too much towards you, you'll see the kite will fall backwards. If you push it too much, you see it falls on top of its leading edge. Try again. Pull too much towards you, it falls backwards. Push too much, it falls forward. Try to keep the kite there. Push forward, you see it drops down, goes forward. Pull backwards, you see it goes to the left. Okay, that's called turning into the wind. If the kite falls backwards, it goes into the wind. If you push forward, the kite goes to the edge of the wind. At the edge of the wind, all the wind passes. Again, you pull the bar, the kite goes to the wind. You push the bar, the kite goes to the edge of the wind. At the edge of the wind, the kite has no power. When you pull and the kite goes to the wind, it has more power. Okay. Now the problem is though that if you pull too much, the kite will fall backwards, and the normal things don't work. It's just that it flips over. Right? There is even a special word for it. So anyway, so if you pull too much towards you, the shape of the kite goes in a way that the wind just passes it and the kite falls backward. If you push too much forward, the kite will catch no wind at all and it will just drop to the ground. Okay, now, the first exercise you need to do is you need to keep the kite on one side and fly it up and down. So, it's important to just keep it flying up and down. What you must absolutely not do is let the kite fly to the other side like this. This is a very bad mistake. You see, I'm just starting to fly up. So you just want to keep the kite on one side and fly it up and down. Fly it up and down until you're comfortable. This is keeping the kite at 2 o'clock. This is keeping the kite at like 4 o'clock or something. You want to fly the kite between 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock. Really nice and slowly, and make sure you don't let it go through the middle for now. Okay, once you're comfortable with flying it there, you want to do a turn. So you have to take it through the middle, but very slowly. You see, when you move the kite slowly through the middle, the kite will be straight above you. And it's fine, it doesn't pull that much. However, if you make a mistake and you turn the kite too much and too fast through the middle, it's going to be lower. It's going to catch all the wind and you're going to fly like crazy. The whole idea of kite surfing is you want to keep the kite flying so that it's in the wind and generating power. If you let the kite fly on its own, it will fly to the edge of the window and generate no power. When you move it up and down, you can actually make it be in the power zone and generate power. Now, what I'm doing right now is kind of dangerous because I'm on the beach. You should be doing it in the shallow water, so when you fall, you're gonna be fine. Let's say something happens now, I make a mistake and it goes that way. Too much power, I let go of the bar. Here is the adjustment. It's for the center lines. If you pull it towards you, it makes the center line shorter. Now the center lines are shorter, the kite has less power. Back lines longer means the same as center line shorter. When I put it in this setting, which means minimum power, the kite will have less power when the bar is all the way on top. So when I make a mistake, I can just let go and it's not going to be that bad. The last step is landing. What you gotta do is you gotta show this. And if you do that, somebody will come and catch you. Now you gotta get the kite down towards them. Last but not least, when you put the lines together, you have to make them in a figure 8, okay? Otherwise they're going to get twisted. Figure 8, like this. You don't wrap them around like this. You gotta go underneath in figure 8 pattern.